The second of Porter's 5 forces is what he calls the bargaining power of buyers. If your principal customers have the upper hand, it may be difficult to forge a sustainable competitive advantage. What does this mean? Well, if you only have 1 or 2 very large customers, they'll be in a position to dictate terms. No matter how good your strategy is, it can fall prey to the demands of these large customers. Another group that's highly incentivized to bargain down your prices are customers whose entire cost structure is highly dependent on your product or service. Other factors to be aware of include customers who view your product or service as a commodity, where substitutes are easily found and where switching to a new product isn't very costly. You should also be concerned with customers that can easily replicate your product or service. The key, again, is to think about the bargaining power of your customers in advance and plan accordingly. Having talked about the bargaining power of customers, it's probably not surprising that the next competitive force we want to talk about is the bargaining power of suppliers. Even if you've selected the best customers and your big idea offers a value proposition that makes them willing to pay a high price, if your suppliers have the bargaining power to raise the prices of your materials, you'll have very little power over your costs, which is a huge strategic vulnerability. Specifically, you won't be able to lower your prices very far, which can limit your strategic options. We won't spend too much time on this force, as it's the mirror image of the factors that make your customers powerful. In particular, you are the customer to your suppliers, and you want to be in a position to impose as much bargaining power as possible. Some of the ways that will give your suppliers bargaining power are if you have few alternatives. You're not a major customer. The supplier's product is very important to your business, you face high switching costs, or the supplier's products are unique. The last 2 forces we want to talk about both relate to direct product competition. The first is competitive pressure from substitutes. Substitute products aren't the same as your product or service, but they can perform the same function as yours, making it easy for customers to switch. As a simple example, take the soft drink industry. While it includes all carbonated drinks, it doesn't include non-carbonated ones such as Gatorade. However, non-carbonated drinks effectively have the same functionality as carbonated ones. They taste good and quench your thirst. They may also have some advantages in that they are healthier and appeal more to a younger demographic. What this means is that if you decided to start a carbonated drink company, your competitors will not only be companies that sell carbonated beverages, but those that sell any non-alcoholic drinks. If you clearly understand what business you're in and who's the customer, it'll be easy to anticipate likely substitutes. The last source of competitive pressure we'll talk about is rivalry among existing competitors. You want to be cautious about entering industries where price competition is most likely to be high, since the intense competition will limit your ability to craft a distinctive strategy. What this means is you want to avoid competitive landscapes with numerous similarly sized competitors, all about the same size, where the product or service sold is not unique, but more like a commodity, or where there's not much growth in the industry.